Hey guys, it's Greg from East Coast Dyes, and today I've got another weapon of choice video for you. It's been a long time since I did my last one. I pretty much switched all my heads out and all my shafts, so I'll show you guys what I'm playing with these days in our summer league. There's 4 of them. Some are older than others, some I've been using for a long time, and I kind of just rotate them out. 4 is probably too many. I really only need 2, but every time I do a custom stick, I kind of want to use it or get bored and want to make something new. So the first and oldest one I have is a white Nike Lakota, which is actually the same Lakota that I had from a long time ago with some East Coast mesh that has actually been transplanted from 3 or 4 sticks, and because those sticks actually broke before the mesh got old. So this is navy to red 15mm East Coast mesh. It's really broken in, perfectly soft, but not not too soft to where it's lost its grip. It's got a nice mid-high pocket. It does do a little bit of bagging low. Since I play attack, I like to drive two-handed a lot of time, but also cradle one-handed and feed a lot of the time. So when it drops low, it'll shift back up a little bit when I go to pass or when I go to shoot. So I actually like a little bit more of a baggy pocket. You lose a little bit of hold, but this head has a really tight channel from using knots and really tight mesh holes down the side that doesn't really give it any issues. The string around the outside is all white triangle top string, white down the sides, white in the throat, all white shooters, and overall I really like it. For my Lakotas, you guys can check out the tutorial for this pocket. I'll put it down in the description. It's on the East Coast Dyes 7075 1 Lacrosse shaft with a neon yellow screw. Just mostly because I just like the way the neon yellow screw looks. This head doesn't really go together too much, but I just had to transplant the mesh from a couple heads because I really like that piece of mesh. It's got the black East Coast Dyes tape down at the bottom and just one little piece of tape where I put my hand here. You can see the crab tape looks really cool with the crab pattern on the East Coast Dyes shaft. And the shaft's got a little bit of a slight sandpaper grip. I found that in college I used to play with just regular alloy shafts, but now I can't really play with the shaft without grip. I've gotten too used to it and I really like it too much. So that's the first one. The next one is second most recent head, and actually the shaft that I play with. I had to loan to somebody the other night because they broke theirs in the game, so they popped it off this head and popped it on theirs. So, but this is the same exact shaft. So I've got a navy blue Nike Lakota that I picked up a long time ago. This is replacing a Carolina blue Lakota that was broken. So it's got the white check mark there, a white triangle top string, which I really like. It looks together. A Carolina and a white fade East Coast mesh, navy nylon, white in the sidewalls, and white in the shooting string, strung with the exact same pocket. It'll bag a little bit low, but also shift high right up under that 3-diamond U for shooting and passing, giving me as much hold as possible. And again, the Nike Lakota. I've got on the 1 Lacrosse Insignia 2.0. Usually it's got a Carolina screw in there, which looks really perfect. I really like the color combination here. You can see the little Carolina 1Ls and the navy 1Ls that tie in with the navy head. I like the solid silver in the middle, separates it from the head and the mesh, but if you look at it all together, it looks really nice. Usually it's got the blue East Coast Dyes tape, one I play with does, and a Carolina blue butt end. This Insignia 2.0 is a little rubberized as opposed to the sandpaper coating on my other shafts, so I usually use this in the rain. It has a little more grip. So if I'm playing in the rain, I'll play with this stick just to give me a little more grip in my gloves so that my hands aren't slipping all over the place in the rain. So that's number 2. Number 3 is the one I've been playing with in games lately, and this was a head I put together to show the lightning bolt in another head. So I've got the Carolina blue Lakota. People always ask me where you can get these. Not many places. The Lakota is pretty much all but discontinued, and I got this a very long time ago, and I think it's the only one I have left. So I really like it, and it really goes well along with our color scheme. So Carolina blue Lakota, white and black triangle top string goes with the black check mark. We've got white down the sides, black in the throat with a neon yellow screw. We've got the lightning bolt East Coast mesh with a white barreled nylon and 2 white U's. Same exact pocket, and this one is pretty new. Only played with it in a couple games. I never really had to break it in. I actually had never used it before, and just walked on the field with it for a game the other night. Played really well and had a goal. Since they're all strung the same and the mesh doesn't need broken in really, as long as the head string is exactly the same, I'm comfortable just walking on the field knowing it'll throw the same as all my other sticks. Again, the same Nike Lakota pocket. And so on the cutter, C155 from Lacrosse. This is their top of the line shaft. It's a composite that has a good bit of flex. It's really, really light, probably one of the lightest shafts I've ever used. It's got a matte black finish, which I like with the head. It really ties in with the strikers on the mesh through the Carolina and the black. And it's got a little bit of a sandpaper grip, just like the East Coast dye shafts, which is nice for when it's dry, just enough grip but doesn't tear up my gloves. And then it's got the black East Coast dyes tape, a little bit right here and a bunch at the end, and a Carolina blue butt end just to tie the whole thing together. And finally, my newest head, you guys have already seen this, and this is an STX Stallion, actually strung up a little bit different from all the rest of my heads. I want to try something a little bit different, the Stallion. So this is the striker mesh release head, an STX Stallion dyed with a battered American flag dye. You can see it's got the blue marble up here with USA, 28 my number, and ECD up here. It's got the alternating red and white top string, which a lot of you guys are curious about. White in the sides with the red and white stripe battered, dye job down at the bottom here, white in the throat, all white shooting string setup. This pocket is actually a little bit lower. You can see it sits sort of mid-low, and will shift up a little bit, but not as much as the Lakota pockets. It's got the same U setup, the 3 and the 5, but the nylons actually dropped a row to sit right on top of that 5 diamond U, so that it'll have a little quicker release to compensate for the slightly lower pocket. And I'm going to keep that really, really tight so it'll snap right off that nylon and give me a similar release to these sticks while maintaining that lower pocket for one-handed cradling. And so I've got this on another matte black Cutter C155. No tape on this thing yet. I haven't broken it out in a game, but I plan to soon. Got to test it out, play a little ball with it. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to check back. We're going to be doing some custom heads for the rest of the employees soon, so you'll see full videos for those. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't, and have a great day.